Death Valley National Park is located in eastern California and southern Nevada. It is the largest national park unit outside of Alaska and includes more than 3 million acres of wilderness area. This large desert is almost completely surrounded by mountains and contains the lowest point in the western hemisphere. While it has a reputation for being a harsh desert, there's a lot of beauty to observe, including plants and animals that thrive there. The first non-Native Americans arrived in Death Valley in 1849 looking for a shortcut to the California gold fields. Various mining operations used the valley afterwards, most notably for borax mining. When mining prospects went sour, the Pacific Coast Borax Company lobbied for federal protection of Death Valley in order to develop tourism. President Hoover declared about 2 million acres of the area a national monument in 1933. In 1994, the monument was expanded by 1.3 million acres and declared a national park. Death Valley National Park is the lowest point in North America and one of the hottest places in the world. It is also the vast geological museum containing examples of most of the Earth's geological eras. The things that you might enjoy there are probably hiking, photography, stargazing, four-wheel driving, bicycling, visiting a Scottish castle, and many more. Major attractions that you might find there are Scottish Castle, Borax Museum, Golden Canyon, Natural Bridge, Badwater, Dante's View, Salt Creek, Mesquite Flat Sand Dunes, and the racetrack.
The most recent inhabitants are the Timbisha Shoshone tribe who moved into the area 2,000 years ago, after it had already been a desert for over 1,000 years. They were nomadic people making their camps during the winter near the water sources and moving into the cooler mountains in the burning hot summers. The land provided them with all they needed. There were fresh springs, plants, and wildlife. The people ranged over the area in seasonal patterns to harvest the fruits, seeds, roots, and nuts. The women wove traditional baskets and decorated them with local seed pods. The men made bows and arrows and hunted. Family members gathered to listen to storytellers who told their history, and traditional dances were performed. For these ceremonies, they wore red paint to symbolize the earth, which they revered as the source of their tribe's strength.
The first white people to enter the valley were miners working in the California gold fields in 1849. A group of miners traveling to the gold field became lost in the inhospitable valley and nearly died before they finally found a way out. It is believed these men gave the valley a desolate name. For the valley, the consequences of this event were fortuitous or catastrophic, depending on your point of view. For during their entrapment there, the men had accidentally discovered the rocks of the valley contained silver. The consequent mining booms were the blast the valley for over a century. Instant wealth and fortune spawned instant towns, all of which disappeared once the area had been mined to extinction. The most profitable mineral was borax, and during the boom time, 20 mule team wagons hauled the processed mineral 165 miles across the desert to the railroad.
Nowadays, it is the descendants of these tribes people who still live in Death Valley today, although their culture and traditions have long been under threat.
The tribespeople are struggling to maintain their culture and traditions from a small settlement within the park. Nevertheless, there has been moments of success, such as when the government recognized them as a Native American tribe in 1983 and the establishment of the Western Shoshone National Council. In addition, the members of the council have been compiling an oral history of the tribe, mapping out sacred sites and publishing traditional stories for future generations.
Today, the remains of the boom mining years are deep, potentially dangerous shafts and tunnels hidden beneath the surface of the valley, which harbor flammable and poisonous gases. Paved road with huge signboard crisscross the park, and there are drinking water and petrol stations for the tourists who explore the vast area in their vehicles.